Good morning, world. It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli. I got my man, Big Buck on. I'm trying to get out, get on. You dig? It's one of those days. It's Friday. All this talk about this storm, doing nothing but trying to give your girl anxiety. So it's time to get this done and go home. I ain't even put on makeup today. I laid my edges and I got on some mascara. That's it. Because I'm over it. I want to go home. Let's lay this news down. The sooner I do this, the sooner I can go home. Governor Bill Lee issued a state of emergency for all 95 Tennessee counties. Last night, the governor encouraged Tennesseans to prepare for the possibility of a major storm, which will bring freezing temps and ice and snow. The governor said the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency will work with local, regional, and state partners to support readiness actions and any requests for resources. Hundreds of miles of salt brine have been sprayed by TDOT trucks in the Kenton area in prep for this evening's winter storm. Salt brine is a mixture of salt and water used to pre-treat roads before freezing rain and snow on roadways when temperatures are around freezing. TDOT's primary focus is on interstates and heavily traveled state routes such as highways 22, 45, 79, and 51. It's the first time in years that all 95 Tennessee counties are expected to get heavy precipitation. The heavy snow is scheduled to begin at 6 this evening and conclude at 6 p.m. on Sunday. Excuse me. Temperatures over the next few days could mean frozen water pipes at many homes and businesses. Hickman Public Works Director John Amberg said the current forecast will probably lead to problems for many.
They're saying actual temperature, below zero, and then the wind chill on top of that. So you're 10 degrees below zero. My advice would be all the crawl spaces and everything on your house, make sure they're closed. Crack your faucets, leave your faucets running. Your meter box, make sure your lid's on your meter box. It's just several things that you can do to improve, your home during this kind of weather.
Amberg said the thawing and bursting of pipes is also a major problem that many times can also lead to an extensive repair. I BS the whole end of that. Hold on, y'all. There you go. Hold on 1 second. Be expensive to repair. As far as road clearing in Hickman, Amberg said they will try to stay in front of the situation.
We're getting the snow truck ready and everything so we can push snow. But yeah, our main focus right now is putting brine out today. Whenever it starts accumulating on the roads, we'll start pushing. Just trying to keep it from getting so thick. But yeah, we'll probably out most of the afternoon Saturday and probably most of the day Sunday at least, if we get what they're talking about getting.
Please, Lord, don't let us get what they talking about getting. Please, Lord. Y'all, you can see, me reading the news all day does nothing but give me anxiety. Like, reading this stuff, it's anxiety-ridden. I don't have time for it. Energetically, it takes a toll on your girl. It really does. It's like, all right. And I'm not saying I'm not in touch with reality. I'm saying I'll deal with it when I get home. But I don't get to do that because I got to deal with it all day at work and then write about it for the weekend and Monday. And like, you know what I'm saying? So this is my first time having this dilemma of like, okay, we get it. And everybody's going to feel it. And that sucks. And then like as a single woman in Tennessee on her own, a single first-time homeowner, like, don't nobody want to deal with this. Like, I got my own stresses. Anything goes wrong, I got to deal with it. I got to shovel me out, you know? So I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. I'm just saying. That's why my energy is low and I want to go home. Okay? I want to retreat. And that's okay because I'm human. I promise I'm human. Can't you tell? A former caregiver in Madison County is accused of theft and financially exploiting a vulnerable adult in her care after a TBI investigation. Last November, TBI agents began investigating allegations against 28-year-old Danisha Dilworth, who was working as a caregiver at the time of the alleged incident. TBI agents determined Dilworth was involved in the financial exploitation of a male victim who is a TennCare patient with an intellectual disability. TBI agents took Dilworth into custody Wednesday after charging her with 1 count of financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult and 1 charge of theft of property. She was booked into the Madison County Jail. Let's fix that. I think that's what the hard part for me is too, is I don't get anxiety. So me having it right now, like being anxious is like, you know, because I'm not an anxious person. Not even a little bit, actually. Lifeline Blood Services held a ribbon cutting yesterday to celebrate the grand opening of its newest location in Paris. The donor center will provide a convenient location for volunteer donors to give blood and platelets that directly support local hospitals and patients in need. The new center is located at 211 Tyson Avenue in Paris and is open Sunday through Tuesday from 10 to 6 and Wednesday as well as Saturday from 8 to 4. The Union City Police Department has announced the cancellation of city court on Monday due to weather conditions. Anyone that was scheduled to appear in Union City's court on January 26th will now appear on February 9th. Those who may have questions can contact the court clerk. If you're going to be traveling to work or just to check on family members, the Tennessee Highway Patrol and Kentucky State Police will be working with dispatchers to help stranded motorists. Officers are expected to have a heavy load of phone calls from dispatchers who will be working around the clock answering calls from stranded motorists and accidents. And the Tennessee National Guard has prepared vehicles and resources to support emergency response, transporting patients to hospitals and other emergencies. I'm actually going to need that. Bass. I think I want to do another one on the snow first. Yeah. And then, I'm not complaining. I'm telling y'all what's going on in my life. Shoot, it's my life. You don't like it, get off the life. That's how I'm feeling today. And then on top of all of that, I'm absolutely, like, my body is telling me that I'm about to get, like, a cold. I'm like, for real? I'm glad it's this weekend, though. Like, while all of this is going on. Because I'd rather deal with this when I can't be around anybody than, like, having to cancel because physically I can't be around anybody. So that's great news. But it's not great news because I don't feel 100%. You know? So, there's that. I think that's the end of my grievance, of my plight. God willing, that's the end of my plate. Lord Jesus. Let it be the end of my plate. All right, let's go. All UT Martin campuses will be closed Monday and Tuesday due to the road conditions and inclement weather. Vice Chancellor of Communications, Bud Grimes, tells us why the university decided to close.
Public safety looked ahead. I looked at the number of people who traveled to come to classes, and they felt like this was the best thing we could do. So earlier, I don't remember, since I've worked at UT Martin, which has been a while, that we've done it quite this early as far as the closure, but I think it's a very wise decision.
Mr. Grimes says the cafeteria will still be open for students.
There are essential employees. I don't fall in that category, but these are very important people who come in and make sure food service and sidewalks are clear, food service is working. That's what we're getting calls on from parents that's seeing in social media. They're concerned about care for their students, and that's our top priority. We're going to take care of them and certainly consider the safety of employees.
Students won't have to worry about a power outage.
We have the power generation facility that if power becomes an issue, a good part of the campus is covered by that. I believe there's a different grid for university courts and maybe another section of campus, but largely it's covered by the power generation facility. So, anything can happen, but there are a lot of safeguards in place that should take good care of those students.
University officials are still deciding what to do about Wednesday. Okay. I think my foot is asleep. Oh. Okay, let's do it. West Tennessee Healthcare announced former president and CEO Jim Moss died yesterday. In his tenure from 1981 to 2008, Mr. Moss transformed a single hospital in Jackson into a comprehensive, integrated healthcare system across all of West Tennessee, including the hospital in Martin and others in West Tennessee healthcare facilities. Bass has announced that Kentucky Lake will host 2 of its premier youth events in 2026. The back-to-back national championships will bring the country's top young anglers and their families to one of the most historic and productive fisheries in the sport. The Tackle Warehouse The Tackle Warehouse Bassmaster Junior Championship will be held July 28th through the 25th, and the Strike King Bassmaster High School Championship will be held July 30th to August 1st. The Tackle Warehouse Bassmaster Junior Championship will feature the nation's top youth anglers competing for national titles. Both championships will include daily weigh-ins, fan engagement opportunities, and coverage celebrating the growth of youth fishing and the next generation of competitive anglers. Visit Bassmaster.com for more information. I should have thought twice before I wrote that article, because how do you say that word that many times? Okay. Next. All right. A winter storm warning will go into effect tonight for the Ken 10 area. The National Weather Service says the warning will go into effect at 6 o'clock and remain until Sunday night at 6. Forecasters call for a chance of snow late tonight with temperatures around 10 degrees. On Saturday, the area can expect snow mixed with freezing rain and sleet, with snow and sleet accumulations of 3 to 5 inches. Saturday night, again, a mixture of snow, freezing rain, and sleet with accumulations of 1 to 2 inches. with snow and sleet ending on Sunday. Along with the winter precipitation will be very cold conditions, as daytime highs will remain in the upper teens. Nighttime lows on Saturday will be around 10, with Sunday and Monday temperatures expected to be below 0. The Weakley County Election Commission reports the addition of several new candidates last night. For a position on the County Commission for District 3, Gleason Police Chief, he's the Greenfield Police Chief. Thank you, Jesus. I hope nobody read this. I don't think they did, because they're so focused on the storm. Lord, I'm sorry. Oh, Mr. Leggins, I'm so sorry. I know that man. I feel bad. For a position on the County Commission for District 3, Greenfield Police Chief Brian Leggins. For a seat on the County Commission in District 9, Kenneth Irvin. And for a position as Constable of District 8, Matthew B. Vincent. Petitions are still available for pickup at the Weakley County Election Commission office. The deadline to qualify for the May ballot is February 19th. Shout out to him. Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate. Shout out to him. He just got chief less than 9 months ago. My bad, y'all. I'm talking business out loud. But shout out to him for that. All right, let's go. When I hear your voice, I lose all fear. You call my name, so I'll stay right here. I'm staying here. I'm safe right here. When I hear your voice, I lose all fear. You called my name, so I'll stay right here. All right, let's do it. All right. Well, where we at? Obion County's Emergency Management Agency has been working almost nonstop concerning the potential winter storm this weekend. EMA Director Danny Carr told Thunderbolt News about issues that could arise due to the frozen precipitation.
The latest information on the weather. Just trying to make sure everything's coordinated as best we can. The departments, and I've said this before, our first responders do a great job. They're going to respond as they can. I think a lot of the problem this weekend, if this snow continues to go like they're thinking it's going to go, is travel is going to be pretty much impossible. It's going to create some problems and some issues for response, but we will, we'll continue to try to put things in place that we can do what we have to do in regards to response. If the snow is what they say it's going to be Saturday, and all indications are that it's going to be, I would urge everybody to just plan to take a weekend off and stay home. It's not going to be travel weather at all. Matter of fact, travel is pretty much going to be impossible.
Director Carr said he also has extreme concerns about the brutal temperatures that are in the forecast.
I think the snow has got everybody's attention.
Good morning,
the
Robin.
Bitter cold weather after the snow that's coming in with the snow.
Good morning, Anna.
We're looking at temperatures and wind chills next week below 0, and it's going to be dangerous cold. So be prepared for that as well. Anytime you get down in single digits, you're looking at weather that, it doesn't take long for everything to start freezing up. So if we get into the single digits, and some of the wind chills I've seen have been as much as 10 below, you can't be out in that very long. It's dangerous.
The EMA director is urging those who do not have to be out on the road. The EMA director is urging those who do not have to be out on the roadways this weekend to stay at home until road conditions can improve. So we're gonna chop this here, right there, and this one. There you go. All right. Next round. Next round. Forecasts for brutally cold weather not only affect area residents, but also the vehicles they drive. With current weekend forecasts calling for actual temperatures in the single digits and even below zero, proper maintenance and care is needed. Terry Hornsby, the owner of Hornsby's Garage in Union City, gave Thunderbolt News some cold weather tips to keep a vehicle starting and running.
I want to know about the starting system of the car. Is the battery good? Is it up to speed? Our coolant protection of the engine, we want that level good. Some people kind of let that go, but now is the time that we need the protection of the coolant level on the engine good. Something that we don't always address, but if we could park a vehicle either inside or out of the wind, and the wind chill affects how a vehicle starts sometime when it's really, really cold. So if we can get the front of the car or the engine side out of the wind, I think that would help us keep that fuel level up. And of course, the tire pressures we want good this time of year. All those things, very detrimental this time of year.
For those who must be out on the roadway during the winter weather conditions, Hornsby also recommended several safety items.
Inside, in case we do have that, of course, we always know about kind of the little charger deals that we have to have our cell phone up in case we need that. There's a couple little kits out there, like an emergency roadside kit, and have like a set of jumper cables, maybe a little device to inflate a tire, sealant for a tire, or there'd be a little thing of de-icer. That's another good point, a scraper, a de-icer, just a little small kit that's, if you're traveling, that's got a little bit of a peace of mind.
Hornsby said the two most detrimental times on vehicles are the harsh colds of winter and the extreme heat of summer. Okay. In summer. Let me see. Hold on. Did I start over or did I just start at Hornsby? There you go. In summer. Okay. Republican candidate for governor, Congressman John Rose, says he will always defend life as Tennessee's governor. Congressman Rose has received the Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America's highest grade for defending the unborn in the organization's yearly review. Mr. Rose announced his candidacy for governor on March 20th at the Tennessee State Fair in Wilson County. He and his wife Chelsea have 2 children and live on their DeKalb and Smith County farm, which has been in their family for 8 generations. Y'all, I don't feel my best. I gotta be real specific about my word choice. Hi, Titi. There we go. Right there. That's the cut. All right, we're good. Public Works crews in Union City have been preparing for the anticipated frozen precipitation this weekend. Director Jason Moss said his department will be out keeping travel going as much as possible.
Home Straight project, do you know when that's going to start?
We finally did get the approval on that. very happy to finally see that. That's been the biggest hold
Amen,
up on the Home
TT.
Street
Rebuke him,
project.
TT.
Scott Daniels been made aware of it.
Yeah,
They've been
it's one of
ready.
them
Everything
days.
is ready. Drawings are done. Everything's been completed, so it should be ready to bid. As far as start date, we won't know that until after the bids. With all the money that's been available, contractors have a little bit longer. They're pretty busy right now, so it's hard to say. I'm hoping within the next couple of months that they would be able to get it bid and get it started, hopefully by the end of this year, to where we can actually pave Home Street next year.
Moss said his department should be able to handle the winter precipitation that falls.
Going to be in pretty torn up condition for a
Most
bit
of
of
the
while.
roads, it should not be
It'll get better.
real bad. They will have to make some road cuts. There will be a few different things that we'll be able to kind of keep patched as they go. The deep underground work for sewer, they're doing, it's called cured in place pipe. They don't have to do actual cuts in the road. They'll actually go in through manholes from one manhole to a manhole. And they basically coat the pipe with something that makes it like brand new pipe. The storm drains will kind of be done the same way. The water mains that are being upgraded through there is going to be the biggest project. Those will be mostly open trenched. Shouldn't be too bad, but there will be some disruption in that during that construction phase, and we'll try to make the public aware as we
If you were guessing, you'd think it might be paved sometime late next year.
That is my hope. Not this year, but the next year's paving and get it finally in good, decent condition.
Crews will begin road clearing around the hospital, police department, and city hall as precipitation begins to fall. All right. That is everything. It's 16 minutes. I'm a little behind schedule today, but that's okay. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to get these cuts going. And yeah, I will talk to y'all later. TG, you're absolutely right. Things will get better. I know it. I know it. I just got to get to the better part. Do I believe it exists? Absolutely. Yeah. I just, and then, you know, in my mind, I'm like, it'll get better as soon as I get out of here. Like, so I'm trying to get that done. But yeah, I hope everybody stays safe in the storm, and we'll be fine. We will be fine. I love y'all. I love you, TT. And I will see y'all later. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm.